Alright, so here is my 2007 CRF450X for sale. I'll tell you a little bit about it. I got it about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. I planned on making a supermoto out of it for school, but I changed my mind. I kind of want to get a street bike more. So the guy that I bought it from, I found it on Craigslist. I drove a few hours to pick it up, and the guy was, he had a lot of fast cars sitting around. Apparently he built engines, so I don't know. I could tell, that's pretty irrelevant, but the fact was that it had been sitting there for years. It was in his garage. He told me that he bought it off of a doctor that had put these tires on it. And he bought it from the doctor because the doctor said it was too fast for him. So when I got there, it was a little bit dirtier. I cleaned it up. It looked like he had rode it around the yard a few times and maybe just let it sit there dirty for a few years. Because when I got on it, it was like, I could tell that it was like a new bike because I've had one of these before and I know what they ride like. And he kept stressing me that he would be surprised if there was more than 100 miles on it. So when I got it, I changed oil, and it did not disappoint because there was shavings in the oil. It was dark, and pretty good deal of, well, not a lot, but enough to show me that it was probably the first time the oil had been changed. So I knew that the engine was fresh, surprisingly for how old it is. But it was both owned by adults, so that was a really good sign. And one of the other things that really pointed out to me that it was probably not ever heavily used was that all 3 of these factory stickers were on there. I took off this one because it said it was an off-road bike, and I planned on bringing it to get it street legal, but now I'm not. So as far as modifications on the bike, I changed the grips. That's all I did when I got it. It had this air fuel screw, and this HID, which is, you know, it's pretty ugly, but it's extremely bright. As long as I've had it, I've rode it in my backyard here for probably like 20 minutes total. Otherwise, I've just rode it around the streets illegally. That's why the knobbies have been worn down a little bit. They're kind of dirty just from riding the back. I didn't clean them off enough, but yeah, I put 200 miles on this bike, and when I got it, I messed with the air fuel ratio a little bit, and I got the choke to run perfectly, you know. But now it's messing up a little bit again. I think it might, I'm not really sure. It just needs to be messed with a little bit. Still runs fine, but if you know what I'm talking about, it just doesn't choke up and down right a little exactly perfectly. I think that maybe definitely an exhaust and a jet kit would fix that. But otherwise, everything's stock except for the headlight and the air fuel mixture and the grips. The battery is getting to the point where it needs to be replaced. It's kind of turning over pretty slow. Also, this fork guard is really yellow, but I mean, that's not a big deal. It's probably like 20 bucks. Other than that, I mean, everything, you can see how, I mean, these radiators haven't even been like touched by anything. They're perfect. Also, one thing that I might think, I think they might have changed the stator because of this stuff right here that I'm seeing. But I mean, if that doesn't affect anything, if anything, just less money for you to spend if you want to make a supermoto, because that's something that you might need. Other than that, yeah, it's just a stock bike. I'll start it for you. Look, there goes the battery. Well, we'll have to kick it.
Hey, get back. Stop!
See, now you can hear the chokes kind of going down.
Sit.
So yeah, I think there might have been a little water in the exhaust from yesterday when I cleaned it or something. It shot out a little bit of smoke.
Sit.
So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Throwing the light. Sit, dude. Yeah. That's it. This is the odometer. I got it and it was on like 50, I think, and it goes up to 100 and it resets. So I set it to 0 when I got it. I think I've gone through it twice, so that makes 234 miles. Super fast bike. It's just not the one for me.